What's up, everybody? This is MCJ Network, and today I will be decoding the Dark Tower movie. Now, the Dark Tower is a powerful movie in that it showcases the warrior aspect, also known as Ogun, or what was his name? Ogun is the god of metal, fire, and the god of war, or Ares, or however you like to, whatever your favorite god of war is. And that is personified as Idris Elba or Roland in the movie as the last gunslinger. And he's from a long line of gunslingers. Interestingly enough, he has guns that have been crafted from the metal of Excalibur in their time, on their timeline, which I thought was cool. So it's enchanted metal. His guns are enchanted. Now, what makes this an interesting story is the fact that Idris Elba is, or Roland in the movie, Roland is on this quest to find this man in black. But this man in black has done to him, the reason why he's want to find him and he wants to kill him is he killed off everybody he ever loved and ever known. And the reason why the man in black didn't kill him is because they got this concept in the movie known as the shine, or psychic power. He has a innate psychic defense that blocks the man in black, who is a sorcerer's ability to manipulate his mind. So, with that being said, he's on it. After killing everybody, he's on this quest to find him and take him out. Now, they introduce another character in the movie by the name of Jake. Now, Jake is this kid who is naturally gifted with the shine, or psychic power, the force, Magoi, mana, prana, many different names for this power. And what he's trying to, what's happening to him is he's having these visions of the man in black, and the man in black wants to destroy the Dark Tower. Now, the Dark Tower holds together the multiverse. Sounds like the Force, right? It glues and binds everything together in the galaxy. So this Dark Tower holds together the multiverse and continuously sends out energy all over the multiverse. Now, they living on what you like to call mid-world, which I'm going to assume is one of the, in this story, the center of the multiverse, because that's where the tower is at. And the reason why the tower can't fall is because if the tower does fall, then darkness and chaos will be unleashed, and all types of demons, monsters, ghouls, or whatever will rain down and destroy all the different worlds throughout the multiverse and universes. And they'll come and conquer, take over, whatever. Now, Jake having these visions, he's seeing these kids, because the only thing that can destroy the Dark Tower is the mind and shine of a kid. So he takes these kids, uses they shine up, and it releases a beam. And it strikes the Dark Tower, and he's trying to destroy it. And he's starting to get, by the time we get to Jake, he's gotten pretty efficient at pretty much chipping it, breaking through the Dark Tower. So next, what happens next is he's having these visions. There are these beings, dark beings, who's kidnapping all these kids for this dark project for the most part. And Jake, being naturally gifted with the shine, is one of the targets. So there's these beings They look. I said reptilian or reptilian humanoid like, and they cover their face with human skin, and they work for the Man in Black, the sorcerer. That's just what I'm gonna call him for now. And interestingly enough, what they trying to do is they're trying to kidnap these kids, bring them to a farm, because that's basically what it is, harvesting farm, and they put a watch on them, and what this watch do, when it blink, it's time for them to go. And everybody knows when this watch blink, they're gonna never see that kid again, because their energy is gonna be used up and they're going to die. So next, what happens in the Dark Tower is, since Jake having all these visions, since he going through this, his mama and his dad start thinking and his stepdad start thinking he crazy. So they enlist the help of these dark beings, unwillingly. They didn't know, and Jake was like, "Nah, mom." That he was talking to his mom at this point. He was like, "Nah, mom, them the beings from my visions, from my posters, or whatever." And she was like, "Nah, that's not true. How is that possible?" Because she can't believe it. So Jake then he escapes, and he goes on this quest because one of his visions was a house, and the house had a portal in it. Now the interesting thing about the house is not just the portal. The house also housed what they call a house demon, and the house demon attacked Jake. And Jake's force, his shine, erupted and destroyed the demon. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And what he did next is he put in coordinates, which was 1919. 19 is a sacred number in the Quran. Just basically mean it just represents the numbers of 1 and 9. 1 being representing the beginning, and 9 representing the ending. Pretty much the completion. As far as frequency is concerned on our plane of existence. There are high levels of number frequencies, 29, 39, all the way up to 99, 999, whatever. So he goes through this portal, and he eventually runs into Roland, the last gunslinger. And he shows Roland all these pictures. And like, yeah, Roland, I be having these visions and dreams. And one picture in particular stood out to Roland. It was the headquarters of the Man in Black. And he was like, okay, come with me. I'm going to go take you to a seal so they can show you your path for the most part and show what you all about. So they go on a journey. They go into the woods, and in the woods, they chilling. And while they was in the woods, just around that same time, the Man in Black, he's taking another set of kids and shot another beam towards the Dark Tower. And at this point, they were sleeping. And Jake wakes up and is like, "Oh, what was that? What was that? Why what was that earthquake?" He was like, "Oh, that's the beam." He was like, "Oh, that's the beam that's hitting the Dark Tower." And he's like, "You know what? I feel this same earthquake on Earth." And Roland says one of the most powerful things I've heard in a movie in a long time. He said, "What happens in one world echoes in another." So if something happening on another planet, especially if it's a planet that's on a multiversal level, dealing with multiversal situations, if something happens on that planet, then it echoes all across the galaxy. Which lets you know that through the Force, everything is one. So, another thing that happens, Jake falls asleep. They fall back to sleep, and then Jake starts hearing sounds, and he comes across his next test. This is his test of courage here. Now he started hearing these suggestions, and this voice into his mind, and it sounded like his daddy through telepathy. And it sounds like his daddy And his daddy, he runs to his daddy in the woods. He's like, "Daddy, you dead. How can you be here?" And his daddy said, "I just am. This is another world." So he grabs his daddy's hand, and then all of a sudden, the daddy transforms into a demon for the most part, or a monster, or a creature of the night, however. Roland, having a bad dream, wakes up, see that Jake ain't there. He run to help him. All of a sudden, the next event happened, and they get into it with the demon, and he kills him. And Jake asks him, how did he do that? How did he transform from my daddy to this being? He was like, "Oh, he cast an illusion." So always watch out. The lesson from that is he learned his next lesson, which was, cause he's the gunslinger in training, the next in the line of gunslingers, and he was like, that was an illusion, and yes. What that lesson that Jake had to learn was everything is not what it seems. So that was his second lesson. His first lesson was the monster was attacking Roland, and he told Jake, "Go for the gun, go for the gun." And Jake goes for the gun, which shows courage. So that was his test of courage. So now he didn't pass courage, and he just learned about mental manipulation. So now the next event happens. And they leave, go meet the seal, and the seal reads Jake, and she's like, "Damn, Jake, I've never seen so much shine in one person." And he was like, "What is shine?" She said, "Shine is your psychic power." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Meanwhile, the man in black is hunting for whoever, because they found out that somebody used the portal with unauthorized clearance, and so he started tracking Jake, and he found out that they was in this particular village or town, however you like to say it, and he sent assassins after him to capture him. So they went through a whole battle, they went through a fight, and Roland saves him or whatever, but he was injured. So what happens next? They come to Earth, which they call Keystone Earth in the movie. And then he takes Roland to the hospital. He gets healed. Then next thing was, after he take him to the hospital, they started to walk, and he wanted to go see how his mama was doing. And the man in black had found out where they lived and had killed both his parents. So he was like, "Okay, oh well, I gotta go." And this is where it gets really good. They were sitting up on the roof, and this is where it gets magical, I guess you could say. They were sitting up on the roof, and Jake asked, "Oh, we gotta stop him from destroying the tower, because my world's in danger, your world's in danger, everybody's world's in danger." And all Roland could think about was vengeance. Yeah, because he was clouded by vengeance towards the man in black for killing his people. And so he's like, "Nah, man, nah, I just gotta kill this dude. Forget the Dark Tower." And Jake says, "Nah, you ain't a gunslinger no more, because you pretty much lost sight of the bigger picture. All you focus on is selfish vengeance. Meanwhile, the whole multiverse is at stake." See, now this is where it get magical. Like I said, Roland is Ogun, and he is channeling that warrior spirit. He got guns, enchanted metal, and he showcases an iron will that never falters through adversity. But he lost sight of it after all the people around him got killed. He was only focused on one thing, which was vengeance. So, because all his people got killed because they was trying to protect the Dark Tower. So now that's what made him the last gunslinger. And Jake was like, "Nah, you ain't no gunslinger no more. You ain't even fighting for the cause. You just trying to kill this man, but you ain't trying to solve the problem itself, which is the Dark Tower. That's what really matters, saving the Dark Tower." And what Jake represents in this movie is Roland's magical self there to remind him that, hey, through the Force, all things, through the Force and through the Source, all things are possible. Don't forget that. You've lost sight of this. You've lost sight of this aspect. So you ain't no gunslinger until you regain your clarity of the situation and balance so that you can fulfill your mission, fulfill your task. So next what he does is they go out, they buy bullets, and then they get attacked once again by the man in black. Well, they didn't buy bullets, they took bullets. He gets attacked by the man in black again, and they kidnap Jake. Now, what happens next is when they kidnap Jake, Jake sends Roland a telepathic message saying, "Help me, Roland. For the most part, help me." So Roland goes after him, and he tracks him down to pretty much a building with all the dark beings in. So Man in Black grabs Jake, takes it through the portal, locks him down, and tries to force him to use his power to knock down the Dark Tower. Now, this is where it gets really good. Both Jake and Roland snapped in this part. Roland snapped because I like how he tuned into his senses. And then when he tuned into his senses and the force around him and his environment around him, he just went off and just took out everybody around him. They got submachine guns, they got numbers, but yet they can't take this man down, and he only got 2 6-shooters because he done tapped into his shine, his force, his psychic power. And he told Jake, because he started training Jake and teaching Jake the gunslinger code and everything else like that, he told Jake, your shine is your power, your weapon, but my guns are my power and my weapon. In other words, Jake was just using his raw shine, his raw psychic power. But Roland was channeling his shine through his guns, because guns can be a projection of one's inner self. So, with that being said, guns or any ranged weapon actually can be a projection of one's inner self. And what happens after that is they go, they fight. He fights off all the dudes, and then he goes on to attempt to rescue Jake. Meanwhile, Jake is being locked down in the chair, and they trying to get him, but Jake then learned how to harness his shine thanks to Roland's teachings. He learned how to harness his shine and use it. So he blocked the machine from dispatch. And what the man in black had to do was get him to hate, or in other words, knock him off balance. So when he knocked him off balance, then the being shot. And next what happened was Roland came after him, and that's when it was a face-off between him and the man in black, or the sorcerer. And there was a great fight. They fought. The sorcerer displayed his shine, which he seems to have developed his shine to a high degree, to that level where you can manipulate the environment around you, and he can control elements, because he showcased using fire manipulation, flame conjuration, because he can summon it at will from his own inner self. So he displayed telekinesis. He displayed auto-suggestion, mind tricks, Jedi mind tricks. He did all that. So he fought. So they fought. And it came to a point where Roland was down and out for a moment, and the kid sent a telepathic message to him, Jake. He said, "Don't forget." He pretty much said, "Don't forget the gunslinger's code," and he recited the gunslinger code to Roland. And then Roland remembered. Roland shot one bullet, he shot one bullet, and the man in black was getting ready to catch it, and then he shot another bullet that bounced off the wall, hit that bullet, and shot him in like the chest or whatever. And now he's using his force like how he's supposed to. He's being unpredictable. That's probably the highest level of the warrior arts, learning how to be unpredictable. Unpredictability is one of the greatest skills. So when he shot him in the chest, then Roland got up and he killed him. And then he went to save the kid, because the kid had learned how, even though they was trying to shut down the portal, the kid was using his shine to keep the portal open. So that was an impressive feat in and of itself. Then after that, it pretty much, he saved the kid. He saved the kid, and then he shot the little machine that was generating the power to shoot the beam, and that blew up the whole headquarters. And pretty much from that point on, Roland took Jake as his apprentice or disciple, however you like to say it. And so he's now, the next movie, I'm quite sure is going to be him being in training. So this was a great movie. It showed that Ogun. It showed through the Force, and the Source, all things are possible. Never give up on yourself. Always work. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish, but you gotta balance being selfish with selflessness. So you can, you gotta have that equal. And then you gotta help both others and yourself. So this was a very powerful movie, a very magical movie. So if you hadn't seen it, I advise you to go see it. And this pretty much concludes my breakdown of the Dark Tower movie. This MCJ Network, and I'm out.